go again, guys. Right, let's see how many miles I've done. Wheel log, rest that on there. Wheel log, 34 miles 68, so nearly 35 miles. I've got 31.93 volts left, but when it's under load and I'm going, and there's a few hills in this park here now what I've ended up at, it goes to about 68, and I'm still getting like 24 miles an hour. So I know low down, especially on firmware 105, you've got to be careful how much you go, but I'm not going top speed, so I'm going to be a bit conservative at about 24 mile an hour, and then I'm going to run it down to 0 and see what I get. So let's have a little ride, guys, and see what it's like. I'll take a screenshot. And then I can put them on the my video afterwards. I might actually have to do this video in 2 parts. I think I did mention before. So I'm not trying to be scared of it. So I'm gonna keep it to about 24-25 mile an hour. See if it the tilt back on that kicks in. I think the original firmware 105. Thank you. 105. It didn't start tilting you back till 25% battery, which are about 67 volts. But they changed that because people were overleaning. Still trying to get 30 mile an hour out of like bottom end at battery, 25-30%. So the only way I can figure out how to know how my safe speed is all the time is actually do it. I don't know if I am going to ask too much for it at 25 mile an hour when it gets a bit lower down and end up on the floor, but hey, you sell them on speedy feet. Somebody, why do always people don't say, oh that's nice? First thing they ever say is, how much is that? So I don't like telling them about my hard-earned money, what I'm spending it on. Should have asked how much his trainers were. Anyway, so as I was saying, the only way to find out is to actually ride it and push it a little bit. And if I'm alright at 25 mile an hour, I know I'm alright every time I'm coming out on a ride. See what the voltage is actually going up this hill. 66 volts going uphill. $67 volts going uphill. I think empty's 63 volts, is it? Now I'm going up flat again, I'm 67.8 volts. Bit of braking downhill, see, 73. Anyway, 24 mile an hour. 68 volts going slightly uphill. Right, so I'm going to leave it there again, guys, and I'll get back to you when I've ramped battery down a bit. What's that? 35 miles, 35.62. Right, guys, I've done 44 miles so far. I've got 68 volts left, and I've still been going like, well, I'll show you. 24 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour. So I'm quite impressed with range, to be honest, so far. You look at the voltage when it goes down to 63, I think 63, 61's empty, I presume. See if we can get over this yard. No. Right, so I've got 68 volts. .68 volts, 44 miles. So that'll be it soon. See how far it gets me now. Still doing like 20 mile an hour, 21 mile an hour. I'm not pressing on. I've done 44 miles, that's good. But I think from this stage now, I'm not going to be pressing on these pedals super hard. So I think if you're careful with it, you still can get a good 20, 21 mile an hour. Well, I'm still testing it, guys. Anyway, so let's see. .20 mile an hour. 21. Over some bumps as well. 22 mile an hour. No tilt back yet. So I'm taking it steady. Bumps. See if we can get past this wagon. I'm still getting some pretty decent speed, considering I've done 40 something miles. It's nice to have cycle lanes. Have a look at the traffic. Everybody will wonder what I'm doing with this stuck in there. There you go, guys, for that. Bit of filming. So a bit of fun while we're doing it. So 19 miles an hour carbon. And I know we're slowing down and accelerating a bit, sometimes it takes a bit of power out of it. But I'm definitely impressed with range so far. Knock something else out with my stick. .21 mile an hour still.
Please decelerate.
My first please decelerate. Oh, that's good. That's good. You get to think it's not working sometimes. Please decelerate. I think that was 21 mile an hour. Alright, that's enough, guys. I gotta please decelerate out of it. Oh jeez, my distance has gone. I wonder if it did that when it said please decelerate. I've still got 3 hours riding time, but my distance has gone.